Right then, question 5 on page 323, the last question in section 21.5, we'll have to recognise graphs. Well, this is unrecognisable because you've not been taught it yet. And it says, draw the graph of x squared plus y squared equals 25. Where do you even start? How do you pick two values, one for x, one for y, after which you square them, and then add them, and then try and make 25? You're shooting in the dark here, so it's a little bit tricky. Of course, you can make x 0, which leaves you with y squared is 25, and therefore y is 5. But look, this is how we used to teach it back in the day, up to last year in fact, up to 2011. This is the equation of a circle. There it is, it's a circle. And look, 25 is sitting there looking at you. Got a 5 there, got a 5 there, got a minus 5 there, and a minus 5 there. If you square any one of these 5s or minus 5s, you'll get 25. So there is a relationship here. This was the equation of the circle. I'll draw it out here, out the way. I've got x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared of the circle. And the radius always comes from the origin 0, 0. So look, the point 0, 5 represents a point on the circle. The point 5, 0 is the point on the circle. So what I've got here is therefore the radius squared is 25. There it is. So if the radius squared is 25, therefore the radius of the circle is going to be the square root of 25, isn't it? Which is 5. So this circle, how do you plot a circle? You don't. You open up your compass to 5 units, whether it's 5 whole centimetres in the exam, or 5 units depending on the size of the graph paper they give you. And look, you put your compass needle right there and you whoosh around 5 centimetre radius or 5 unit radius. And that's it. That's how you plot a circle. Now, you will not be asked to do that in this new specification in AQA. But what if they gave you a ready-made circular function like that? Sorry, it's not a circular function, is it? It's the equation of a circle, it's called. And then you had to do something with it. Well, part B is all about doing something with it. And if they ask you one of these, number one, they're being very nasty, because they're asking about something that's off the spec. But I don't want you to be fooled by this little ring that appears to be some random nonsense. It is the equation of the circle. Circles do have equations. There it is. That's how it works. The x and y values are related as follows to the radius as seen. Hence the radius here is 5 because the root of 25 is 5. It says by drawing a line across your graph, find the points that are 5 units from the origin and satisfy the equation y equals 2x minus 3. In other words, plot the graph x squared plus y squared equals 25. Done it with my compass. And I've got to satisfy the equation y equals 2x minus 3. Now this is the bit they could ask you. But it's easy. Essentially, drawing the line y equals 2x minus 3 and see where it cuts. And where it cuts, the values will always be 5 centimetres away from the origin. So let's just actually work it out here right now. So I've got y equals 2x take away 3. If I take x to be 0, I've got the coordinate 0 minus 3, haven't I? Because y will be minus 3. I'm just doing it this way now. Let's take another value, shall we? Usually make y 0. So I've got 2x minus 3 equals y. So 2x minus 3 is going to be 0. So 2x is going to be 3. So x is going to be 1.5. So I've created the point 1.5 for the x and 0 for the y. Let's plot in, shall we? Let's make it stand out in red. So first one, 0 minus 3. 0, 0, 0 minus 3. 1, 2, 3. Right there. Next one, 1.5, 0. 1, 2. So 1.5 is going to be, this graph is slightly out of place, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Let's go by the scale there. Alright, so I'm going to draw a line straight through that little thing there. In blue, probably, so it stands out. And work this way as well. Try and keep it straight. And just drop it there, best I can do. Now read the English again. The English is very, very clumsy. Just label it, shall we, first. So that's the graph of y equals 2x minus 3, just plotted there using just 2 coordinates only. Right, by drawing a line across your graph, yes, I've sliced my graph with a line. Find the points that are 5 units from the origin. Isn't that clumsy? So this unit here is 5 away from the origin, and this unit here is 5 away from the origin. Now my job is to find the coordinates, find the points. So here I go, right there. What have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be roughly 3 points. Oh, I don't know, it's probably right in the middle there, 3.5. So I'm going to call that 3.5, comma, oh, it's not 0, is it? 3.5, comma, 3.5, come on, let's go for it. So 3.5 across and 3.5 up. So 3.5, 3.5, that's my coordinate there. And this one, so that's going to be 1, 2, so I'm going to go there for 1, 2, so minus 1.5 I'm going to go for, minus 1.5. How far down does it go? About here, it's almost on the 5, isn't it? So how about if I call it minus 5, then, well, it can't be exactly minus 5 because it's a circle going away from this point here. So minus 4 point, I don't know, I'm going to go for minus 5, and that's as accurate as I can do it. So the point is, you may get a circle which you've not seen before, the equation of a circle, but you know how to plot a linear equation, y equals 2x minus 3, and there'll be at least 1 point of intersection. If, for example, the graph did that, let's just say, then that will be like a tangent to the curve. There'll be one solution there only. Is that alright? Alright, so that could be y equals, I don't know, x minus 7, say, that curve, one solution there. It could be a graph that goes like this, in fact. Look at this. Think about that. That would be the graph of y equals 5, and of course, clearly, there will be just one solution there, y equals 5. Yep, so it's going to cross on 0, 5, and there's your one solution. So you could get a circle with one solution, 2 solutions. There'll always be at least a solution somewhere, otherwise there'll be no point in actually testing this part of the curriculum. Bearing in mind that the equation of the circle you don't need to know, and if they try and make you draw a graph that doesn't intersect anything, then they haven't really got a question to ask. So probably expect 2 solutions if they're going to do one of these at all in the exam going forward. But that's it. The equation of the circle, and it's been intersected in 2 points by the equation of a straight line, the linear equation, and there it is. 2 solutions, not perfectly done. That's the best I can do on graph paper on a screen. And that's it. End of topic. I'll prepare the assess and I'll be with you quite soon.